Hi kindergarten, thank you so much for joining me. I have a really great book to read to you today, and it's a story that I love to read to my class at the end of kindergarten. This is a story that I'm going to read to you. The name of the story is Leo, the Late Bloomer. It's written by Robert Krause, pictures by Jose Arugio. Let's look at the cover of the book together. And let's talk about some of the animals that are going to be in the story. Right over here, we have a tiger, baby tiger. We have a bird, an elephant, a crocodile, a snake, and a little tiny bird over here. What do you think is going to happen in the story? Let's make a prediction. And let's also define the word bloomer. What do you think that word means? Think about flowers that bloom, right? Bloom means to grow, to open up and grow. So I wonder who is going to be growing in the story. Let's start reading to find out. Leo, the late bloomer. Here's little Leo. Leo couldn't do anything right. Look at Leo. He's a little tiger. And he's sitting in the flowers. And how do you think he's feeling? Look at his face. He looks sad. I wonder what's making him feel sad. It says in the story, he couldn't do anything right. He kept making mistakes. He couldn't read. How many of you felt this way in the beginning of the school year? You were starting kindergarten, you didn't know how to read yet, right? He couldn't write. He couldn't draw. He was a sloppy eater. Look, he's not eating with good manners. He's making a big mess. And he never said a word. And all of his other friends were making sounds and speaking. Hoot, thump, hiss, pip, crunch. What about Leo? Leo isn't saying a word. Why do you think Leo's not speaking? Maybe he doesn't know how to speak yet. What's the matter with Leo? Asked Leo's father. Nothing, said Leo's mother. Leo is just a late bloomer. What do you think late bloomer means? It means to open a little bit later, right? Better late than never, thought Leo's father. It's taking him a little bit longer for him to grow. Every day, Leo's father watched him for signs of blooming. They're checking to see if he's growing. And every night, Leo's father watched him for signs of blooming. Did anything change about Leo yet? Not yet. He looks the same. Are you sure Leo's a bloomer? Asked Leo's father. Patience, said Leo's mother. What do you think the word patience means? That's right, it means to wait nicely. A watched bloomer doesn't bloom. So his mother's saying if we keep watching him to see if he's going to start blooming and opening up, it's not going to happen. We just have to be patient. So Leo's father watched television instead of Leo. And here's Leo playing with his ball. The snow came. What season is it? Yeah, it's winter. Everybody's playing with the snow and building different snow creatures. Leo's father wasn't watching, but Leo still wasn't blooming. The trees budded. Oh, which season did the trees bud? In the spring. Leo's father wasn't watching, but Leo still wasn't blooming. Where's Leo? He's right over here. Then one day, in his own time, Leo bloomed. And look, how do you think Leo's feeling? Look at his face. He looks really happy. And he's starting to open up, just like the flowers. He could read. He could write. He could draw. Look what he's able to draw. He drew a person, right? A girl. He ate neatly. Look how nicely he's eating his grapes with good manners. He also spoke. And it wasn't just one word. It was a whole sentence. And that sentence was, what do you think Leo's going to say? Let's turn the page and find out. I made it. Wow, and look at his parents, how proud they are of Leo, that he bloomed. This was such a special story, and now we're going to discuss it together. Okay, so now we're going to discuss the story, Leo the Late Bloomer. And let's think about who the characters were in the story. Who were the people or the animals? And in this story, they were animals. Who was in the story? That's right, we had Leo and Leo's mother and Leo's father and all of his animal friends. And let's think about what was something that Leo's father wanted him to do. He wanted him to bloom, right? To grow up and to open up and do all the things that his friends were doing, like reading, writing, speaking in full sentences. And let's think about what the problem was in the story. Leo was a late bloomer. It took him a long, long time for him to learn how to do all of those things. And at the end of the story, his father waited. He was patient. And then Leo bloomed. And Leo and his family were so happy that he learned to do the reading and the writing and speaking and eating with good manners. And so what I want you to do now is I want you to think for a moment about all your accomplishments this year in kindergarten. This year, at the beginning of the year, you may have thought about all the things you wanted to learn in kindergarten. How you wanted to learn how to read and write and speak in full sentences and learn vocabulary and learn how to pray nicely and how to share with friends and how to work as a team and all of the things that you wanted to learn how to do, and you worked hard at it and you did it. You learned your letters, you learned how to write, you learned how to read, and the Morot are all so proud of all of you for all the hard work that you've done this year in kindergarten. And right now, I want you to reflect on that. And I want you to ask your parents if they could print out this piece of paper that says, I bloomed, and on the petals it says, I can. And I want you to think about all the things that you learned this year and how you bloomed. How did you grow? What did you learn? And if you don't have this piece of paper, you can draw it on your own. All you need to do is draw a big circle and then write the word I bloomed. You can go get a piece of paper and you can pause this video. You can copy it. And then in the petals, you're going to write the word I can. I is your trick word, and can. K, and n. And you can make a couple of petals and you can cut them out. So you can look like this. And then you can think about some of the things you learned this year in kindergarten. Maybe you want to write I can read. Maybe you want to write I can share. Or I can write. I can pray to Hashem. Maybe there are some things that you practice at home. Maybe you know how to ride a two-wheeler bicycle. There are so many things you may have practiced. Maybe you learned how to tie your shoes. Think about all the things that you didn't know how to do at the beginning of kindergarten, and now you learned how to do it and you bloomed. And I want to wish you a great summer, a happy and healthy summer. And thank you so much for joining me, watching together the YouTube videos and learning together. And have a great summer. Bye, everyone.